Yo dudes! Welcome! You see David's changed to the beautiful veg Ed, a tall handsome man from Sheffield. Today we're going to be making vegan sausages, so proper meaty vegan sausages. Myself, Ed, Shawnee have all had kind of, you know, veggie sausages and they're grand, but they taste of vegetables as opposed to meaty, like a kind of sausage should be, and one that like my kids would love. So we spent a bit of time reverse engineering. These are genuinely meaty, delicious and well worth trying. Here we go. So the base of these sausages is textured vegetable protein, or TVP or TSP, soy proteins. You'll see it there. I have 100 grams of it there. Handsome Ed now is going to pour in 600 ml of water. Ed, beautiful, Ed. Beautiful, beautiful.
It's the whole lot, yeah?
Yeah, so that's going to rehydrate it because obviously that's dried to maintain shelf stability. Now we're going to add in flavour. So we got umami.
So this is Dave's favourite black
Dave's magic black sauce, also known as tamari. We have 5 tablespoons of tamari. If you don't have tamari, you could use soy sauce. Next step, we want to make our sausages look a little bit pinky, kind of like the real deal. So I have 1 tablespoon of tomato puree, and I have a teaspoon of mixed herbs. So that's just a teaspoon of that. Pop that on the heat there.
Could you use different seasoning?
Of course you could, yeah. But I guess we're going around a kind of typical Italian kind of base seasoning. So it'd be thyme, rosemary. You could put smoked paprika, but we want to keep these kind of neutral and meaty. So we're going to bring that to the boil and leave it simmer for about 10 minutes. Okay, we let it boil for 10 minutes. Ed did an amazing job stirring it. You see it's kind of puffed up and rehydrated significantly, and it's starting to look kind of meaty. So this is the protein and this is the main basis of our sausages. So in here we get Ed can be the, so we've got, imagine this is our sink and our sieve. We're going to just drain the moisture because we want to rehydrate it, but we don't want our sausage soggy.
So we're just trying to get as much moisture out of this as we possibly can.
And if you are kind of smelling it right now, it doesn't smell great, but don't worry, we're going to add all our agents of flavour to kind of change it and make it taste fab. This is for texture. This is going to like transmutate it, I don't know. I'm reading Harry Potter at the moment, so I'm getting into all that stuff. Okay, so we've given it a good squish. We've kind of drained as much of it as we can. So now here's our agents of flavour. So in a large bowl, which we're going to mix it all, here's our agents of flavour. So we've 1 teaspoon of ground rosemary, teaspoon of ground thyme, or even just dried thyme, pinch of chili, a generous pinch of black pepper, a generous pinch of chili.
That's a Dave size.
Yeah, that's solid. Well, you know, leave less if you like less, but it does give that nice back of the throat warmth. Teaspoon of salt, or half a teaspoon of salt. We've a teaspoon of onion powder. Worth seeking out if you don't have it. Our dear friend Nooch.
This stuff's great.
Also known as hippie dust. Yeah, 6 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. That will add just kind of an underbelly of flavour. Teaspoon of ground garlic. And then we have 3 tablespoons of rice flour. So that's gonna, if you don't have rice flour, obviously you could use normal flour, but rice flour will be gluten-free and it's just gonna form a starch. It's gonna help be the agent of binding. And last thing we have here is 5 tablespoons of soy protein. So any type of a protein, so soy protein or rice protein, whichever you have. The function of the protein here is that it's going to maintain the moisture within this TVP that's been rehydrated.
Where will I find that?
You'll find that online, or you'll probably find it down in a muscle shop.
A health food.
Near you, yeah, right. And then if you give that a good mix.
Mixy, mixy?
Yeah, mixy, mixy. Beautiful, Ed. Mixy, mixy. So we've done, Ed's done a great job with mixy mixy. Next goes in our rehydrated, textured vegetable protein. And it goes, you see it's got a nice reddy hue, that's from the tomato puree. Ed's gonna do his wonderful mixy mixy job.
Years of training for this.
Ed. So right now, if you look at it, the particle size is quite large, and if we do go to make a sausage, it's not gonna stick that well together. So here's our top trick. So in a blender, pop in 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed. In it goes.
Talk us through the flax.
Flax is going to function as the binder. It's going to draw moisture out of it and stick it all together and add more fibre to it. Ed, do you want to pop in half? So we're going to pop in half the mixture here. And what we're going to do is we're going to blend it down till we get a smooth, almost like paste-like texture. And that's going to function as the paste that's going to bind all this together.
Half?
Yep, beautiful. Lid on. Okay, so I blend it up until it reaches quite a paste-like texture. You'll note there is a little bite of texture, like it's not homogeneous, but it's quite smooth, and that's going to be kind of hold it all together. See that, Ed? How would you describe that, Ed? You're probably...
Yeah, it's paste-like.
Yeah.
That's spot on.
Yeah. Ed's a teacher in Sheffield, and he's all about trying to get students to eat more veg.
Yeah, so I just started doing a course, 5-week course. I've had 2 groups of students through it, and they love it. They love cooking with veg, and I want to do more of it. I want as many students to eat as many vegetables as possible.
Yeah, check him out. Ed's on Instagram, VegEd.
VegEd. Yeah.
Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, so just going to try and bring it all together to a, what would you say, a homogeneous,
a saucy-like texture,
yeah,
a meaty, a real grizzly, rawr, saucy. No, yeah, we're just going to bring it together. Provide your hands are clean, just get them stuck in there. You're just going to help bring it together. Okay, so bring your dough together. Don't worry if it hasn't kind of formed one big kind of lump of Play-Doh in the middle. Next step, how to roll out your saucies. So this is the kind of way that we found out to kind of get it just a smoother texture on the outside. You will take cling film.
Finding the edge is the hardest bit.
Yeah, it really is. So take out your cellophane or cling film or whatever, plastic wrap or whatever you guys call it. So take your cellophane, you're just going to cut out a piece, you know, about that long. I won't use measurements. So take your sausage and just bring it together as best you can. Just make sure it's, you know, uniform and it's sticking together. Ed, do you want to do that one? It's quite fun. It feels like a little kid playing with Play-Doh, but it's kind of like this is kind of a little bit drier than Play-Doh, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's not quite as that.
When you need to replace the Play-Doh, that's like
yeah, where it's like that Play-Doh's too old. Okay, and then just roll it. Cover it up in our plastic wrap. This is how you manage to get a kind of decent form, a smooth exterior skin without having to kind of put plastic or kind of a wrap on it. So imagine you're doing a little parcel like a Christmas, rolling some in a wrapper.
Both
and then you're gonna, yeah. So they're gonna form the edges with which you're gonna roll out a lovely smooth.
How's that looking?
Yeah, and then when it's in there, you're just gonna roll it out until you get a lovely texture. Don't be afraid to make it real tight.
Here's my Blue Peter moment. Here's some we made earlier.
Hey!
Look at these.
So we made these earlier because if you do leave them sit in the fridge for kind of 10-15 minutes, they're going to cool down and they're easier to fry. Because obviously me handling that, it's a little bit warm. Some people might be sensitive to heat. So you'll see there's our sausage. Geez, we went for a bigger one, didn't we? Big boys. Okay, time to fry our sausage. Just show you how grizzly and meaty these are, and show Ed how meaty our sausage is. Woo! Okay, pan on high heat. You can bake these or you can fry them. Obviously, if you bake them, there's going to be no oil in it, but a little bit of oil is going to create more caramelization and just a kind of richer skin. But again, if you're someone who doesn't consume oil, just bake them and they'll be fine. Yeah, point to note. Don't fry them in a cling film.
They taste less good.
Yeah, they don't taste as good, and you know, I never like plastic. No, you know. So.
It detracts a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So here's our sauce. You'll see lovely smooth skin. In it goes. Just give it a light coating in the oil initially.
Nice.
Okay, saucies are done. Ed did a mighty job. I think this is a nice little bit. Look, they're actually a solid saucy. They're not. I think this is a good one because most veggie saucies, they fall apart when you do that. Yeah, a bit limp. We like a solid saucy.
Yeah.
These are saucies!
And beautiful, beautiful colour.
They do look good, don't they?
Yeah.
Ed, would you like some of my sausage?
I'd love.
sorry, excuse me. That was a joke. Okay, time to taste our saucies. Again, they have a lovely skin and good crust. Look, when I break them open, look. Like they do actually look really meaty, don't they? Ed, gives the feedback, Ed, babe.
Really meaty.
Isn't it? There's a lot of bite.
Delicious, but loads of flavour.
Yeah, in there. It was a nice bang of the herbs and spices. There is quite a nice, like because we made it a paste, you get that variety of textures. There's a little bit of grizzle through it. Delicious, simple, meaty, delicious sausage. Makes great for saucy sambo, for a fry, for dinner with some greens or whatever. But
brown sauce.
Oh, lovely, yeah. There you are, brown sauce. Dudes, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Check out VegEd the Legend from Sheffield, and send loads of love. Cheers.